Hi, Virgo. Welcome to your tarot reading. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Either way, thank you so very much for being here and thank you for sharing your energy with me. I really do appreciate it. I do want to give you guys a special shout out because you have been blowing up my Virgo videos and I really, really appreciate that. I've had a lot of new subscribers. So I just want to give a special shout out to the Virgos that followed and you guys continue to leave comments and have been supporting the channel. I do have memberships available now if you guys are interested, but I just really wanted to tell you guys thank you because you really came through for me and I really appreciate that. So I'm going to pull a traditional Celtic cross spread. Whatever message comes out is what the collective needs to hear at this time. I've set that intention with this deck and with my guides. So if this is in your feed, it's for you. And if you are here because of the title, then this is definitely for you. So let's get into the tarot. I'm also going to pull from an oracle deck that I have at the end for additional messages. And as always, definitely like the video, leave a comment if you feel called to do so. And then definitely subscribe if you like the messages, because again, that really does help and it pushes the video out there for others as well. So on the bottom of the deck, we have that Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups is like a bored, stagnant type of energy, right? It is really not being open to new opportunities. It's feeling like things are kind of stuck where they are. So you have like this hand here that is trying to kind of hand this person this new cup, right? But he is so focused on what is in these cups, right? Like he's dissatisfied with these that he's not even paying attention to this new opportunity that's trying to come in here. So there could be a new opportunity that is coming in or a need to kind of not bring that past into this new opportunity, right? When it does come in, and then really being open to new opportunities here. The situation is the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles is about teamwork. It's about collaboration, working with others in order to build something here and build something solid and stable. So this could be like a business that you're trying to build, and this could just be about your work and really trying to stand out and be seen, right? Like being successful at what you do and then wanting others to kind of see you for that, like a boss or other coworkers, whatever it is. And then walking through doors of opportunity, like doors opening and you taking new opportunities here, because this can very much be about new opportunities based on the work being seen. So again, with those new opportunities, maybe there's been some disappointment in the past and you haven't been seen or things haven't gone through, right, when building with others or working with others. But this is really about those opportunities and new doors opening here. The blockage is the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles is about work, right? Like honing in on your skills, really dedicated, putting in a lot of hard work, and then continuously engaging and practicing in it, right? So this could just be like really putting in a lot of hard work towards whatever it is that you're wanting to build. But as a blockage, it could be like maybe you're feeling a little burned out because you're not being seen, because things haven't gone through, right? You, yeah, I'm trying to think of an example. Sorry. Like maybe you, again, like have put in all of this hard work at your job and they're not recognizing you, right? They're not giving you raises. Your boss isn't, really noticing anything you're doing here. It just feels very stagnant and bored. Like you're not happy about the way things are going here. So, like feeling like you're not achieving anything meaningful, right? Because this is very bored and stagnant. So I feel like you've put in all this work and you're wanting new opportunities to come in here. You're wanting the doors to open, but things just aren't coming through. So the root cause of this is the Knight of Cups. Again, this is about like that emotional fulfillment, right? Like you're just not content. Like this is not filling your cup. The Knight of Cups is like that Prince Charming, like some kind of it's like a romantic offer, but it's also like romanticizing your life, romanticizing this situation, right? Like maybe you did that. Maybe you went in this like with a full heart and like you were really hoping that this was like going to go through, right? Like this was going to be the job that like you were able to stay out for forever, right? But it's also about like following your heart, and then being open, right? So this could have again have a lot to do with you not being fulfilled in what you're doing and putting in all this hard work. Like you just don't feel like you are being seen and recognized for everything that you do, and that can really have like a really big effect on like your self-esteem and your motivation and your emotions, right? That's very emotional. So it can kind of tear you down and make you feel like um, it's not emotionally fulfilling. So, what affected this situation is the devil. So, this is about toxicity. This is about negative thinking. It's also about patterns, cycles, right? Like needing to free yourself from some kind of toxic situation. With the devil card, it's these people are chained, right? And they need to free themselves from whatever this pattern is. So, this could very well be a toxic work environment, this toxic coworkers, manipulation, lies, control. Like maybe you're feeling too controlled and you're not able to, really branch out and do more. Again, when you're putting in all this hard work and you want to be seen and you want this raise, you want to excel, and that's just not coming through for you, right? Like you feel very controlled, very trapped. Um, but it could also be others like coworkers that are very manipulative and, maybe stealing your ideas. Like you're putting in all this hard work and then they take your ideas, right? Like I've had that happen before. So it could be either way. It is a general reading. So you take it how it resonates for you. But it was some kind of toxicity or some kind of, whether it's internal, like feeling trapped, feeling controlled, or it was like an external, like other people, bosses, or coworkers, right? So the message from your higher self or from your spirit guides is the death card. So the death card is an ending and a new beginning. This is like a transformation and a whole new uh rebirth, right? Like a releasing of things, like maybe needing to release this workplace, needing to release this pattern. Maybe this is a pattern of you overworking to burnout just because you want to be seen, right? And again, that's not emotionally fulfilling. It's not making you happy. It's kind of like people pleasing mentality, right? No judgment. I mean, I've been there too. Like I put in all of this hard work and I put in all this overtime. I didn't take vacation. I did all of these things and they still were not giving me raises. I was still not being seen, right? And it really did weigh me down and it put me in a negative mindset, but it's also, um, a need to free yourself from that. So, I feel like this is like you kind of transforming that, going through some kind of rebirth and maybe like finally seeing this. Um, and then like transforming that and finally like releasing this situation and freeing yourself from it, right? Like that devil, like we were talking about, freeing yourself from it, whether that's finding a new job or, finding new opportunities. Like we'll get more into the tarot, but this is really is about like releasing and transforming this energy. So in the immediate future, we do have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is an ending. It could be a very painful ending. Again, with the manipulation, the lies, the deceit, and this could be again like you realizing that you need to put an end to this situation. This could be a relationship. This could be your work. It really is a general reading. So if you want a personal reading, go on my website. I do private readings. I love doing them. I'm more than happy to do one for you. So this can be in a relationship, right? Like this could be a third party, or this could be like you wanting to work together and you feel like you're putting in all the work, right? Whether that's in work or a relationship. But in the immediate future, we do have this ending, right? Which is going to be very painful. But that's why we use tarot, right? To make you aware of it so that you know how to work through it. But this is the end of a cycle and the start of a new one. And you did have the death card here, right? So there is definitely an ending to manipulation, lies, whatever that situation is for you. And then again, like surrendering to that and creating space for something new to begin, creating space for this transformation and this rebirth to come in here. So, in your thoughts and feelings, we have the High Priestess. So the high priestess is about things behind the veil, right? Like this can be like secrets, lies. So maybe you're feeling like things are being hidden from you. There are secrets and lies. This can be about not communicating. Like maybe you're not telling people everything, right? If you're trying to, maybe get a new job or get out of this toxic situation, maybe you just aren't sharing all that. But it's also about trusting your intuition. So you could be feeling very intuitive. Maybe intuitively, that you need to free yourself from this situation, whatever it is. And you know that you need to move on from it because it's really stagnant and it's just not going to go anywhere, right? Like you've continually put in all this hard work and it's not fulfilling. Maybe realizing they're never going to give you that raise, maybe realizing this person is never going to see your worth no matter how much work you put into this, right? I feel like intuitively and that's very hard. When it's easier said than done, right? Like endings are not fun, but they are very necessary. But you have the 8, 9, 10 of swords right here, so you are very much in your head about it. And I totally get that natural human reaction, right? So in your environment, what is influencing this right now is the 8 of Swords. So the 8 of Swords is that entrapment, right? Like that is this mental prison that you are stuck in. You probably feel controlled, feel trapped in this situation. And again, needing to free yourself from that because you really are holding yourself back. And that can be you telling yourself that, I put in all this hard work and, I'm not going to be able to find a job anywhere else. I'm not going to be able to find another person, right? But if you're pouring all of your energy into this, whether it's a job or person, whatever situation it is ever in your life, and it's not paying off, it is not making you happy, it feels bored and stagnant, and it's not bringing you joy and happiness, then why would you continue to pour into that, right? And again, I know that's easier said than done, especially with jobs, right? Like in this economy, but be open to the possibilities, right? Be open to freeing yourself from the situation, at least the mindset of it. Maybe you're stuck in the situation for a period of time, but knowing that you can control your thoughts and you aren't stuck there forever, right? Because we move in cycles, right? So there is a cycle ending here and you are going to move into a new one. So in your hopes and fears, we had the 9 of Swords. And the 9 of Swords is, again, that hamster wheel thinking. This is replaying situations, fearing the worst. You could really be focusing on all the negative aspects of this. And believe me, I have been there. Like I said, I was in corporate America for 5 years and they were, giving everybody else promotions and promoting all those that were the, kiss butts. And then, me that actually did my job, I didn't pamper egos, but I wasn't getting promotions either. So, again, this could be like really just focusing on the negative, focusing on the worst, which is really much that devil energy. And it was hard trying to find the silver linings, trying to just go into work and pay my bills and then go home, right? But that's sometimes what you have to do in situations. Until you can free yourself from this, just try to watch your thought patterns, manifest, meditate, journal. That's what I did to get through it, right? And it's a very difficult cycle to be in. But again, here in the immediate future, you're at the end of that. So that's going to end so that you can move into something new here. The potential outcome is the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is, again, that fresh energy, right? Pages are newer, fresh energy. And this is about being open to adventurous opportunities, being open to new things, and being playful and curious about them, right? And then expressing yourself with like this passion, right? Wands are about fiery, passionate energy. So this can be about like really an opportunity coming in that's going to excite you and like reignite your passions, right? Or maybe maybe a promotion finally pays off. Maybe you finally are seen at this job, right? It doesn't even have to be a new job, but it's a new opportunity, right? Wherever it comes through, or relationship, right? Like maybe a new way to reignite your enthusiasm and your passions again here. So I really love that. I mean, it is a page, so it's not like this big giant um, opportunity, but it is new, right? And it's a way to kind of move into a new cycle. But it's definitely going to make you happy. It's joyful, and it is like that. Because I keep thinking young, like with pages, like it's that newer, fresh energy. So like that inner child happiness, like making you giddy and happy, right? That's what I was trying to say, like giddy and playful and happy. So there's definitely a new opportunity coming in here. So what do they not see coming, Spirit? Virgo not see coming. Let's see. You have this gift from Spirit, right? So you've got the Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and then the Seven of Wands. So the Ace of Pentacles is again like this new opportunity. See how the ace is like it's a hand and it's trying to hand you this new opportunity. And again, when you're in a negative mindset or this toxic cycle, it's really hard to see that, right? You're kind of like it's never going to end, right? And you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, but it is there. Like Spirit is trying to bring you this new stable beginning here, right? Like this Ace of Pentacles. And then you have the Queen of Cups, which is trusting your intuition. It's also about like a creativity. So this could be like something with creativity. So maybe you are starting your own business and like an art studio or, you know, whatever the creativity is for you. Again, with that Page of Wands, it was that passion, right? So whatever you're passionate about, it can be some kind of creative endeavor, but also maybe opening up to your intuition here. And then you have the Seven of Wands, which is about defending yourself, standing up for what you believe in, and you know, standing 10 toes down, right? Like that's what they say, or like really like standing up for yourself, and then having your boundaries, keeping your boundaries, and standing up for what you want, what you believe, this new beginning coming in here, and then really going after it, right? I really love that. I think that's really empowering for you. So maybe you are wanting to do something more creative, right? Or, you know, just something more nurturing and compassionate to yourself, because the Queen of Cups is very intuitive. She's very compassionate. She's a nurturer. She's that double water, right? Like the double feminine energy here. So definitely have some compassion for yourself and trust your intuition. You know, you had that High Priestess here. You could be like a really spiritual person and you're just stuck in like a negative workplace or some kind of negative, you know, situation, whatever this is. And it's just needing to really trust your intuition here and then also follow your heart, right? What advice do you have for Virgo? Awesome. So we had the Seven of Swords, Two of Swords, Ace of Swords. So Seven of Swords, it can be sneakiness and lies, but in your situation, this is advice from Spirit. Be strategic, right? Find ways to kind of move under the radar is what I'm thinking. Like he's kind of sneaking around here, you know, and I don't feel like you would do that maliciously, but like for example, if you want to leave a toxic workplace, like filling out applications and doing things strategically and not telling everybody, right? Like you have that High Priestess here again about things behind the veil, like not communicating, not telling people everything. I feel like you don't need to tell people what you're doing, right? It's none of their business. I didn't tell anybody when I was leaving corporate America. I didn't tell one person. But this like just being strategic and really you know, move carefully, like ninja skills is what I'm thinking. Like I don't know why I thought that. Like I saw these figures, like these shadowy figures in the back, and it kind of looked like a ninja. I don't know. I do that sometimes. Anyway, we have the Two of Swords, which is about again trusting your intuition to make a decision. This is not an easy decision that you're going to be making, right? But trust your intuition to move through this and don't block yourself off, right? Because she is very much blocked off in her heart here. So again with this, like you probably, again, for me in my situation, this was like my dream job that I wanted, and then it turned out to be a complete disaster, right? I followed my heart and it crushed me when this didn't work out, when this turned out to be like a completely toxic place. So that can be really hard to deal with, but don't close yourself off completely here, and then trust your intuition, right? Don't close off your intuition and your heart completely. Trust that, right? Because just because it led you somewhere negative before doesn't mean that that's going to happen again, right? And then we have the Ace of Swords, which is clarity, truth, breakthrough, right? And then really taking some kind of decisive action and then cutting things out that don't serve you, right? Cutting people off, cutting ideas off. You know, that Ace of Swords is like some kind of breakthrough coming in here. But as far as advice, I think it's just you kind of getting clarity and again being open to new ideas. Maybe like figuring out ways behind the scenes in order to do things, right? Like that's what I did. Like I didn't tell anybody my business, and I just kind of, I wasn't rude or sneaky. I just didn't tell everybody my business. And I feel like that's just what you need to do. Just find ways to kind of move forward here, do what you can while you're in this situation, but try to figure out a strategic way to leave this situation, and then be open to the opportunities that come into you. Because I mean, things may come in that you don't even realize, right? Like maybe a new job offer comes in, a new relationship comes in, whatever this is, or an opportunity to leave something, and you're just like, that doesn't make any sense, or that's not what I expected, right? Like, because expect the unexpected, because you may not be seeing everything here, right? She's blindfolded. You may not be seeing everything because spirit doesn't want you to, right? And again, with that high priestess, like the things behind the veil, like we don't need to know the entire situation, but be strategic and move forward. You don't need to know the entire plan right now, which can suck in itself, because trust me, I've been there too. So, but definitely just get clarity, and then move forward here. So what else do you have for Virgo spirit? You guys are definitely going through a tough cycle here. I totally get it. We've all been there. It's not fun. Trust in yourself. Didn't I say that? You've got this. You've worked hard to get this far, and you have the ability to create the things you desire. Learning to trust in yourself and your abilities will take you to your highest timeline. Yes. Always trust in your intuition and trust in yourself. And that can be hard when you've made bad decisions in the past. Again, with me, like right with that job, like I thought this was, but I was following that out of ego because I wanted to work for this $1 billion company. And like, this is like, everybody wants to work here. This is like the best job ever. And then I get in there and it's like the most toxic place I've ever been in my life. Like it was horrible, but just trust your intuition, right? Trust yourself. We all make poor decisions. It doesn't mean you have to make another one. Do it differently, right? Be strategic, do things differently. Stuck in lack. You have all of the resources you need to carry you through, whether it's financial, emotional, or physical limitations that you think you have. It is only ego based fears taking over. Rein them in and don't give up. Did I not say ego based? Like, we've all moved out of our ego before. Like, there is no judgment on my part. But you're definitely stuck in like this. You got 8, 9, 10 of swords here. That's not easy energy. Just don't stay there, right? I know that that's easier said than done. We have expand. You're being asked to expand. You live in a huge world with endless possibilities, and staying safe in the known is no longer working for you. It's time to make your world just a little bit bigger, and it's time to imagine the possibilities and go for them. I got goosebumps. I love that. Definitely like expand, right? And a lot of times I feel like I was stuck at that job because again, it was my ego, and spirit kept trying to push me out, so all these things kept happening, and I just was not listening to my intuition because it felt safe. I had a steady paycheck, right? Anyway, it's just, we can get into our comfort zones, and I feel like it's time to expand, because right after expand you have soar. You're being asked to stop dimming your own light, period. It's time for you to come out of the shadows and let your authentic self soar. Fly high, dear one. Yeah, I mean, you have no problem putting in this hard work. You have no problem doing what you need to do. You're just not being recognized because you're not meant to be there. You're meant for bigger and better, right? Like you're meant to spread your wings and fly here. Pay attention. You're being asked to pay extra close attention to the signs you're being given, both the subtle ones and the ones that can't be missed. These signs will help you see how to best move forward in order to live your best life. Again, with every ending is a new beginning. Trust in what spirit will bring in for you. I know that that's easier said than done, but I have done it. I walked out of corporate America and doors just started opening, right? Live in your authentic self and really move towards what it is that you want here. and be open to new opportunities, right? Because Spirit wants you to have those. Spirit wants the best for you, I promise. So I hope that that message helped, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.